segment we're going to talk about, we should get right into the ultimate beginner's guide to investing in real estate.
Okay, that's a good topic. I like that because it's been a very slow and steady climb for me and my wife. But we realized that we've owned 3 houses now. We are borderline investors.
Exactly. And there's 8 tips I'm going to share. And then after the break, when we come back, we're going to talk about how much equity can I use to buy a second home and what is home equity. So financing options for buying that second property or third property or whatnot. So without further ado, how to start investing in real estate. So while it may be a great time and idea to invest in real estate, it's often easier said than done. As those that have done it in the beginning, everything in the beginning is harder. Once you get going, you got your 10,000 hours, so to speak. It's easier. But these are 8 tips that will influence your strategy and help set you up for success. So I have a saying, and it's unlocking your real estate potential. That's one of my mottos. It's one of my things I love bringing to my clients and helping them out. So let's unlock your real estate potential. So tip number 1 is determining your goals. The first step of real estate investing is determining your goals, and that's not any different than anything in your life, right? So don't get into it blindly. Take the time. An investor's goals should outline what you want out of your investment and guide your next steps. Despite it, many people set very general goals, like, I helped you grow my investment, so let's just do it. Well, you got to consider the SMART goals instead. So that's an acronym, SMART. So the goals are specific. That's the S. The M is measurable. The A is attainable. The R is for relevant. And T is for timed. So SMART goals will help you get a better understanding of what you want out of real estate investing and how you can make that happen. And it will set you up for success. It'll also be fun, and you'll be assured that you will get to the end result that you want, and even better. So let's revise the goal. I hope to grow my investment. So how do you use the SMART strategy with that? So this goal could be, I want my first investment within the first 2 years of buying a rental unit. I hope to have positive cash flow of at least a certain amount, let's say $500. So the goal is specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, and it's relevant, and it's timed. So that's, all in all, it's a great goal. So tip number 2, speak with a seasoned investor. So jumping into investing into real estate can be difficult, and if you have little knowledge on the topic, you can go online, you can listen to a lot of great podcasts out there, but there's nothing like speaking with an experienced real estate investor and using a realtor to help you and use their knowledge, but make sure they are an investor. So you would think realtors are all investors. You would think that, but typically, I don't know, maybe only 5% are or so. I mean, I don't know the exact figures, but I know there's not a lot. So make sure you find a seasoned investor and realtor to help you that you can ask myriad amount of questions to, and they can help you. It's so important. You will be more confident as an investor the more you know. So just dive into it. I've got these 2 beautiful ladies. They're clients and friends of mine, and they just bought another investment condo. We had possession a couple weeks ago, and it's such a beautiful thing seeing them grow their investment portfolio and how excited they are and how they're building their wealth. Wonderful. Okay, so tip number 3, become familiar with the market. So the current housing market trends play a complete important role in the real estate investment. It's because it's determined how well an investment you'll do and how quickly you'll do. So this is why every person considering real estate investing should get to know the housing market, its history, and any expected changes. So Curtis, how I love stats.
No, not you.
And next week we will have our stat show. But yes, I am a lover of stats and of history and of, speculation to some degree. So I'm a little bit of a speculator investor, yes, but I kind of I look at all things, right? So you want to know what's happening in the area that you're thinking of purchasing in. So you want to become familiar with how fast the equity grows in that area, what's the future results, the overall community plan for the area, what jobs or schools or what's happening in the future, what's the past, all that good stuff. Tip number 4, get to know your target audience. So important. In real estate investments, a target audience means the demographic that an investor hopes to attract to their rental property and sign as hopefully long-term tenants. This plays an important role in the location and type of property that you purchase. So, for example, an investor that prefers working professionals will need to understand their values and demographics in order to appeal to them. Working professionals typically work long hours in the city or urban area with plentiful jobs. They may also have recently graduated from college or university. I have one of my investment condos right now with those exact couple. And they have not settled down or started a family yet. Investors who would like to appeal to working professionals should choose a small condominium, like I did, or apartment until near an urban area, an urban center. So the unit's proximity to offices could attract many working professionals who don't need a large amount of space. So that's one example. Another example is if you, let's say, have a bachelor suite or something else, going for that single gentleman, or the pipeline workers, amazing tenants, correction institutions, a lot of single female and males, you might have multiple units near a university and it's actually rented out seasonally to university students. That's a good one. There's so many different options. So get to know the area you're thinking of, get to know your target audience, and make sure you purchase the property that is perfect for them. Tip number 5, find the right location. So that's part and parcel with it all. So before searching for properties to purchase, you as an investor should determine what location you'd like. So first of all, are you going to have a property managed, or are you going to manage it yourself? Well, if you're going to manage it yourself, you want something close to home. So find the perfect location and the perfect type of property, and that target that perfect audience tenant for you for that. So think of that. Now, Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, these cities, typically, if you're wanting to rent out to, let's say, a family who has kids in school, who you think will be there for a long, long time while the kids are growing up, long-term tenants, so you might want to consider 30 minutes out of that city core, because it'll be more rentable, because that's sort of where they're at. So those kind of things you want to consider as well. So it's important. Tip number 6, find the right property. After you have determined your target audience and narrowed down the desired location of your investment property, it's time to find an actual property to purchase. So this definitely can be stressful. You don't want to overthink things. You just want to make sure you have things black and white written down. The numbers are perfect. You've done your schoolwork, your homework here, and you will find the right property. Just make sure that you are working with a realtor who understands your goals as well, and be upfront, be honest, talk about everything, about your future, about what it looks like, all of that, and you'll find the right property for that right investment purchase. Tip number 7, sort out your finances. Okay, so we're going to talk in the second half again about a little bit about that, but buying investment property can be overwhelming when you're thinking of, where am I going to get the money for the down payment? How am I going to sustain it? All of that. And that's why you want to write it all down. People don't know that you are sitting on a pile of cash. A lot of people don't know. So if you have your primary residence, I've always said your primary residence is the start of your real estate portfolio, of your real estate wealth, growing up that ladder. So home equity, it's the difference between the value of your home and how much you owe on your mortgage. And lately, everything's been going up so fast, so high, you may be sitting on a lot of home equity that you don't know you have. How do you tap into it? We'll talk about that second portion. But typically, up to 80% of your home equity you can borrow with rates as low as 1.5% right now, depending on how you find those rates and who you go with. But let's talk about that after. And so tip number 8, commercial versus residential real estate investing. So this is so much fun, and it's so diverse. One of the most important decisions you make while investing is whether you would like to invest in residential or commercial. A lot of people start with residential first, then you move to commercial. There's lots of benefits of commercial real estate investing, and when we come back from our break, I think I'll talk a little bit about that before we jump into how to tap into that cash to invest.
All right. Well, people want more information about what you can help them with as a realtor. Where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this.